Right, this is one of my favourite midweek dishes. It takes about 20 minutes to cook. There are 4 main ingredients: smoked mackerel, brown rice, watercress and garlic. I'm also adding chilli because I want to make a spicy broth. Fish sauce, you can use soy sauce instead, and lime. You also need vegetable stock. Now with rice, I put in about 100 grams per person, but I never bother measuring it out. I'm cooking for 2 people tonight. I cover it with about 2 centimetres of water. Put the heat up, bring it to the boil, and then you can turn it right down and steam it. And I should put oil on my hands, so then the chilli won't leave stinging sensation, but I'm too lazy. Now you have to excuse my slapdash way of making things. I just kind of do everything at the same time. But I've chopped everything up. I'm going to lay out the mackerel on a baking tray for now, and then I'm going to make the broth. So this is just normal smoked mackerel that you buy in a supermarket. It's very cheap. Ooh. And of course I had to lick my fingers after cutting the chilli, which is what I always do. Okay. The water, which the rice is in, is now boiling, so we turn the heat right down and leave it like that. That's going to need about 15 minutes. In that time, we make the soup. So we need a wok, but if you don't have a wok, just use a normal saucepan. I am going to fry the chilli, garlic and ginger on a little bit of sesame oil. You can use any other oil. It's not necessary to go out and buy sesame oil especially. Now we fry the garlic and ginger and chilli if you're using them for about a minute, and then we put in the watercress or spinach. Spinach tastes lovely, but the only problem I have with spinach is that it takes up so much room and then it's quite faffy doing it all, so I usually use watercress. Now some fish sauce or soy sauce, whatever you're deciding to use. Once the spinach has wilted, or watercress in this case, you put in the vegetable stock. I've used about 450 millilitres. If you want to use some coconut milk, then put it in this point as well. Right, so that's the broth. You can just sort of simmer away for a little while. Put on the grill now. So this is what the broth should look like. Now I'm going to squeeze a little bit of lime into the broth. You can skip this if you don't like sour things. Once the grill is hot, put in the mackerel. And remember to do the skin side of the mackerel first. Once the skin on the mackerel is lovely and crispy, turn them over. And we put it back in under the grill for another minute or so. try a little bit of rice to make sure that's done. Yeah, perfect. Rice looks like this. Doesn't have any water in there. It's basically ready. If you've put too much water into the rice and still got a little bit left, even though it tastes ready, just turn the heat off and leave it to steam for another 5 minutes or so. Right, serving up time. So we put the rice at the bottom of the dish. We cover it with the broth. So it's like a soup. And we put the mackerel on top. And because I like my food really spicy, I'm just going to finish it off with a little bit of chilli oil. And here we go. Mackerel and brown rice in a watercress broth.